All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, today's pod is definitely not your typical pod. I know sometimes I'm guilty of saying that more than once, but even as I was thinking about the day that was today, and the conversations that I've had with some truly amazing people. Of course, Ma, if you happen to be listening, shout out to you. And earlier in the day, I had this really powerful conversation with my client. Yuvika, if you are listening, a big shout out to you as well. And as I was, really right now, just pausing and reflecting on the day that was. Um, Interestingly, what was the common theme, what started the day off and what just kind of wrapped up on our marathon call was, everything to do with patterns. I say this because, as I was chatting with somebody I met just literally today, and I was talking about my own life journey. And earlier on in the day, when I was listening to my client and listening um, for the threads of what she was sharing, um, this is something that fascinating. That we are truly a bundle of patterns. We tend to repeat them over and over again until we have these moments where we pause, we reflect, and that is when we realize that, okay, do I really want this pattern to continue? Or do I want to switch this pattern to a different pattern and literally create a new pattern? And the more I'm able to focus on the new pattern, eventually, unconsciously, I'm growing that pattern, and that, literally shapes the course of my life. So, as I've said this before, and the reason why the eye hypnosis coach speaks exists is for this, right? It's my uh, one, of course, it is my, I've taken it on as my responsibility, but it is something that I truly believe, especially if you are a healer, if you're a digital coach. I know that the journey of being a healer, the journey of being a digital coach is extremely difficult. It's extremely lonely at times. And there's a lot more than we realize that we've taken on. And life has a funny way of reminding us of who we are and who we are not. And unless and until we are willing to be present to ourselves, be present to our patterns, the let's call it this, the defunct patterns, the patterns that no longer serve us, will keep showing up, right? So um, one of the reasons why I do this pod is just to remind you that you're not alone. And I know over the years, literally, it's been 2 decades, and I know over the years there've been a lot of times where that sense of being alone in this, because no one really truly understands what it means to be so infused, so driven to want to make a difference in the lives of other people. And when all the let's say all parts of us are not in alignment, it is a very painful experience. It's a very painful place to be, right? And to make it even more more painful, when you don't have other people around you that understand you, uh, you know, it can be it can be really difficult. So the reason why, of course, I make it a point to show up every day is this, just to remind you that you're not alone in this. And having said all of that, of course, one, reach out, like ask, talk to people. And of course, if you do not have people that you trust, that you do not have people who you feel will understand you, that's the reason why I make it a point to show up because, all you have to do is just ask, all you have to do is just share, and if I can help you in any way possible, I definitely will. Right. And of course, having said all of that, remember, as always, to live with purpose. I look forward to seeing you in the next pod. Have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead, and see you very, very soon. God bless. And as I've said before, I'll say it again, reach out. If there's any way in which I can help you, I will do everything in my power to help you. Catch you soon. See you then.